doesn't write the shit, but
right. Yeah, the first thing I saw him in was Edward Scissorhands, but then the second thing I saw him in was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And growing up, man, I loved that book. I wore that book out.
yeah.
And then I started liking him after that because I loved that book and he did a great job as Gilbert Grape.
I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Except for the last one.
Yeah,
I like
the last
Fast
one
and
sucked.
Furious except for the last one.
Last one sucked.
And even the second one, they shoot off a Toyota into the sky or something.
Yeah.
Into Mars. Give me a fucking break. Really,
Yeah, it got weird after the first one, but the first one,
they all die at the end.
yeah.
They all made good money off of that shit, though.
Sure they did. Still making good money off of it. The
They
attractions,
royalties, sure.
Disney, the rides and stuff,
Yeah.
still making money on it.
Are they got a ride or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, it's a log ride of some type, I think, and there's a ship fight, I heard. Pirate fight. Yeah, they got an attraction in Disneyland or Disney World.
See, I don't think I'd ever done
One of them.
that.
One of those.
I mean, that's just not one of the things I would want to do.
Not anymore.
Not even
When I was young,
a kid.
yeah, but not anymore. It's just too much hassle.
I didn't even like the
Too many
carnival
crowds,
or
too crowded. You're
fairs.
standing in line
Sure.
2.5 or more hours just to ride one ride. The food is outrageously expensive and half the time not that good. It's just not worth it.
Oh, I never went.
If I had kids, it might be a different story.
Same way with gambling, you know.
Disneyland, but it's just overpriced and too crowded. Maybe it's Universal Studios that has I'm thinking of that has the pirate flag. Pirates of the Caribbean. I know one of them do.
So did that red light go off?
No, it's still on.
Gotta be getting close to full house.
It's still kind of warm too. On this one. Light's still on this one, but at least it's nice and cool. Infiltrative.
This is the one we were looking at, though. It had the most charge, I think.
Yeah. It's still warm. Cool it off. Switch.
I'll be glad when we're fucking out of this shit. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But New Mexico ain't fucking no better. It really isn't.
Well, the thing about this country is we went through a flat part like this and then it got really pretty again for a little bit with those spires and now it's flat again. So
Well, and another plus about going this way, I think, is you ain't got state troopers trying to give you a ticket.
right?
You know?
Just gotta watch out for the tribal police and if you're not speeding, no
There's
big deal.
very few of them. You know, it's not like they got a ton of money.
I've seen one so
Yeah.
far.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So in this traffic, you know, the more they travel this road, the more money the Indians make. Gas stations, restaurants, hotels, casinos. So we're a lot less likely to get a speeding ticket on this street than if we were on
Interstate.
interstate. Right?
Yep.
And then you got trucks flying by, rocket speed, and rough roads. I don't know. You don't see really the country.
Well, this road's a lot better than that one that was going one of those
Like I said,
numbers.
the tectonic plates, I think that's what that was. I mean, the ground shifted all the time, man. That's why there's earthquakes in
89.0 FM. Must be a radio station.
Yeah, you can imagine what it's playing, but of course here. What a life.
Aw, the baby. Wonder if this is that Lazy J Ranch sign that we passed. Wonder if that's the Lazy J.
This should be the last road in Arizona or the last town in Arizona we're gonna go through. Somebody owns some horses.
Must be a horse farm. They've got more horses in one, concentrated in one area this whole way through that I've seen.
I remember I used to have a Sinclair in Cedar Lake. Do you know how Cedar Lake got its name? Oh man.
I would imagine the cedar trees.
No. They were coming over the hill and they said, Cedar Lake?
Well, they say Indiana's the Hoosier state.
You know what Hoosier means?
Who's your daddy?
No.
Who's your
Honestly,
daddy?
you know what Hoosier means?
What?
Hill people.
Young people.
Yeah. That's what Hoosier means.
I googled it one time and that's what Hoosier stands for, is who's your daddy?
Yeah, well, that's what you get off of Wikipedia, you know?
And asked Indiana natives and they didn't know.
I looked it up. So I actually looked up like every state
Young people, that makes
seen,
sense.
seen where the name came from, like Illinois, like Michigan, you know? And like 2/3 of them came from some kind of meaning from India,
Yeah.
you know?
Wisconsin.
Probably Dakota too, you know?
Yeah.
But a lot of them came from had some kind of Indian something to it, you know?
I think Alice Cooper explained it when Milwaukee one time. I think it was Bill and Ted's Great Adventure or something like that. Wayne's World or some shit. Because Milwaukee was from the native people, meaning of the people. Milwaukee or something like that. I have to watch the movie again, but it was. I googled it and it was an actual fact. What Alice Cooper was explaining about Milwaukee in the movie.
You know, he was a minister
Yeah, sure was.
down in Phoenix.
I didn't know it was in
He had
Phoenix.
a radio program. Yeah, he was like fucking.
He's highly
He made
intelligent.
a lot of money. I think he's doing podcasts. He's still probably making money.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Not good. Now a lot of these guys are. I just seen the guy on Fast and Furious, the black guy, the small one. He's doing endurance, a car repair thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the royalties they get off of Fast and Furious and shit like that, you know. If these guys go broke, then it's like it's their own fault.
Yep.
A lot of these guys, like you watch the Temptations, and they go out to California and they buy all these fucking fancy mansions and shit,
Yep. Fancy
And then
houses,
they end
fancy
up-
cars.
broke.
Yep.
You know? Me, just like me, I consider myself pretty smart buying that house. I don't have to worry about any place to stay for the rest of my life. That's a big ease on my mind.
Yeah. fry bread.
It's probably bread that you fry like a donut. I'm waiting on now is I went on the VA website a couple months ago and I asked for the examination. And you see my lawyer, he's asking for
4 times.
Yeah.
That was the letter you showed me was the 4th time.
Yeah. So he, there's something there.
Yeah, because why aren't they releasing your documents? Why is your lawyer having to ask 4 times for them?
Yeah, and there's other documents, like the examination of the 2 other doctors. Because one, the judge told him, he says, they want the etiology of the PTSD, the bipolar, and the fibromyalgia, and can you get each one of those from verbal abuse? And that's what this doctor was supposed to answer. And he didn't ask me any of that. And the judge wasn't asking for a diagnosis, but he gave me a different diagnosis, which wasn't true at all,
Right.
So we had to wait a year, and the decision goes out. We are bound that Mr. Perry has PTSD, bipolar. We can't change our position on that,
Yeah.
There, we need to know the cause of it. There is no, does he have it or not? Is why does he have it?
Right.
So, the year went by, and they were going to send me to a different doctor, or the same doctor. And I fucking blew up. I blew up court. Me and my neighbor were on our way to Kingman, and I talked to one of the head ups, supervisors and shit. And I told her exactly what happened, and then I sent her like 25 pages of all, what the judge asked,
Everything.
all the doctors that diagnosed me with PTSD, the whole 9 yards. Long story short, a couple months go by, I get a brand new CMP examiner, and I tell her that he said like schizopaddle, and she goes, "You're not schizopaddle," And then I told her what happened to get the PTSD. She goes, "That's torture." I have that on video.
Yeah.
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 Because I was videotaping it and it ran out like halfway through, but I got the torture part on there. So I felt good that I was going to win,
Right.
And she was saying things like, yeah, I know the VA really fucks people around. So I had researched her. I researched the guy before, and they had a bad review on him. And then I did research on her, and there was a good review on her. So I was feeling good about her.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they say yes, and then they got to determine how far back. And then, so I get a check for $499,441. And then the lawyer went back and got another $66,000. And if they lied in these records, come to find out, then it makes my case even better.
Yep.
So these are all things you could be doing at home to make yourself money. Well, if I can get $1 million off of somebody, you get 10% of that. That's $100,000. That's enough to where you buy your own house and you never have to pay rent again. And especially if you get on Social Security. But you can't. Do you know that? You can't own a house on Social Security. You have to rent something. You can't own a house. You can't own your own trailer and pay rent at a
Campground.
Right. You can't do it. So this must be the turning, I'm hoping, of the thing.
We got to be coming up on it because we just passed 463. So it's got to be pretty soon.
There should be signs for it all over the place.
Oh, I imagine there will be.
Cortez.
Corners Monument to the left.
160.
Yeah, it says to go left on 160, and then we go 5 miles up. Once we make this left, it's 5 miles, and then I think we're supposed to pick up that NM 597 or whatever it is.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cortez, yep, 5 miles. You're right. And again, so it's only, what did it say, 44 miles to Cortez? So that's only, when we get to Four Corners, then it's only 39 miles to Cortez.
Right.
You know? So I don't know
We're going to stay
that.
on this for 5.7, it says, and then we're going to turn left onto NM 597, and that's the road we stay on for half a mile.
I've been this route because I went through Cortez. We camped like on the side of the road. thing off the bucket list.
Yeah. For both of us. Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's. Water down there.
Is there a charge to get in here, you think?
I don't know. And if there is it open?
Yeah. Fee area.
Fee
How much
area.
is it?
I guess it is. I don't know.
What does it
Oh,
say?
what's it say?
$8 a person?
How bad do we want to see it?
Not really.
Yeah. For $16? Nah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But we can say we've been here.
Yeah. I thought it was just, you know.
So did I.
Yeah.
That's okay. We've been here.
Yeah, been there, done that. Big deal.
I can say I've been to the Four Corners.
Yeah, I have a bad problem with, you know, them doing that again. So that should be going for the Navajo Nation and shit, you know, food to the citizens and shit. You know,
Maybe it is. Maybe part of the proceeds
I'm
are.
sure it is. Part of it is. Arts, crafts, food, all that shit, concessions, jobs. I thought it was just like something you walk up on. And
That's what I thought too. Like
I
Grand Canyon or something.
I didn't know it was in the Indian place. You know?
No, I didn't know it was on the reservation either.
Yeah.
I knew it was near a reservation. I didn't know it was on it.
This is the way we gotta go anyways. So we lost about 500 feet. That's it. About 2 minutes.
No problem.
That just means we're gonna get to Pueblo faster. I was thinking a half an hour. Now we're in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. Cortez 39. Is that the Colorado River we just went over?
I was looking down at my phone, not paying attention to the name. Might be the Little Colorado again. We crossed the Little Colorado once.
Yeah, that we crossed it twice. Be going uphill.
But
No, it doesn't work.
snakes, like I can't get
Doesn't work that way there.
No, I'm in a dead zone. I was gonna check to see if we have any messages yet.
Rivers don't run uphill. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to wait until we get somewhere with it.
That's all right. Mile 1.
Of this lake.
No, that's mile 1 into Colorado.
Into
So
Colorado.
at 38, we're going to be in Cortez. And then we go to Pagosa Springs. And that's supposed to be the bottom of the Rocky Mountains. So, what time is it?
2:45. It's 2:45.
So, yeah, we have to wait. We got to find out how far it is to Pagosa Springs. That will tell you what time, you know.
Wow, look at the yellows.
Yeah. rock or not.
History lives here. Sit back and buckle up. Shit, history lives all over this country.
Yeah, they say we're running out of land.
Yeah.
That's what they say.